Hello and welcome back to English Podcasts to Learn English. I'm your host, Jack.
And I'm Emma. It's so great to be with you all again today.
Absolutely. So, Emma, today we've got a topic that is, well, it's a bit of a tricky one. Two words that people, even native speakers, mix up all the time.
Oh, yeah, this is a big one. We're talking about empathy versus sympathy.
Exactly. They sound similar, they're used in similar situations, but they mean really, really different things.
Totally. And understanding that difference can actually, it can change how you connect with people. It's not just about vocabulary. It's about being human, I guess.
That's a great way to put it. So let's dive in and try to untangle these two very important words. Where should we start? Sympathy? It feels a little more straightforward.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's start with sympathy. Before we do, can I just say, I think the reason this topic is so important is that we're all just trying to connect with each other. And sometimes using the wrong tool for the job, sympathy when empathy is needed, can actually create more distance. It's like trying to use a hammer to turn a screw.
Okay, so sympathy. If you look it up, the definition is something like feelings of pity and sorrow for someone else's misfortune.
Right, so it's feeling for someone.
Exactly. That's the key preposition, for. You're standing on the outside looking at their situation and you're thinking, oh, that's too bad for them.
Like if a friend tells me, oh, I lost my wallet today, and I say, oh no, that's terrible, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's sympathy, right?
Perfect example. You're acknowledging their bad situation. You're showing you care, but you're not necessarily feeling what they're feeling.
Right, there's a distance there.
A distance, yes. It's a bit like sending a get well soon card. It's a kind gesture, it shows you're thinking of them, but you're not in the hospital bed with them, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a recognition of suffering, but not a sharing of it.
Exactly. And sometimes, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but sometimes it can feel a little empty.
Oh, for sure. Like when something really bad happens and someone just says, my condolences, or thoughts and prayers. It's a sympathetic phrase, but it doesn't always connect.
Right. It doesn't build a bridge between your experience and theirs. It's more like you're waving from the other side of a canyon. You're saying, hey, I see you over there in that tough spot. That stinks.
Waving from the other side of a canyon. I like that. So sympathy is feeling sorry for someone's situation. It's important, it's kind, but it keeps you separate.
You got it.
Okay, so if that's sympathy, let's cross the canyon. Let's talk about empathy.
Right. So if sympathy is feeling for someone, empathy is feeling with someone. That preposition changes everything.
Feeling with them. So what does that actually look like?
Well, there's this great analogy by a researcher named Brené Brown. She says sympathy is like seeing your friend in a deep, dark hole, and you stand at the top and you peer down and yell, hey, it's bad down there, huh? Want a sandwich?
Yeah, okay, I can picture that.
But empathy is climbing down into the hole with them. You sit down there in the dark and you say, I know what it's like down here, and you're not alone.
Wow, okay, that paints a really clear picture.
Doesn't it? It's about connection. It's about trying to understand what it feels like to be them in that moment. It's putting yourself in their shoes.
The classic idiom, putting yourself in someone else's shoes.
Yep. So let's go back to your example. Your friend lost their wallet.
Okay.
A sympathetic response was, oh no, that's terrible. An empathetic response might be, oh man, that's the worst feeling. Your stomach just drops, doesn't it? You must be so stressed thinking about having to cancel all your cards and get a new ID. That is just awful.
Ooh, yeah, see, that feels totally different.
Right?
You're not just saying that's bad. You're naming the emotions, stress, that sinking feeling. You're showing that you understand the experience, maybe because you felt something similar.
Precisely. You're connecting to the emotion they're feeling. You're saying, I get it. Even if you've never lost your wallet, you've probably felt that panic or frustration about something else. You can tap into that shared human experience.
So it's not about having the exact same experience, but about understanding the feeling behind it.
Yes, 100%. Empathy doesn't require you to have lived the same life. It just requires you to remember what a certain feeling feels like.
Okay, so let's just break it down super simply.
Let's do it.
Sympathy is I see your pain.
And empathy is I feel your pain.
Sympathy is saying poor you.
And empathy is saying I'm with you. It's connection versus separation.
So, Jack, is one better than the other? Should we always aim for empathy?
That is such a good question. And I think the answer is no, not always.
Oh, interesting.
Well, think about it. Empathy takes a lot of emotional energy. To really feel with someone, you have to be vulnerable yourself. You have to open yourself up to their pain. And sometimes you just can't.
That's true. If you're having a really bad day yourself, it can be hard to climb into someone else's hole.
Exactly. Or think about like a doctor, a surgeon. They need to have some empathy to understand their patient, but if they felt the intense fear and pain of every single patient they operated on, they couldn't do their job.
Right. They need a little bit of that sympathetic distance to be effective. That makes total sense. That brings up an interesting point, though. We talk about empathy as this wonderful, connecting thing, but can there be a downside to it? Can you be too empathetic?
So there's a time and a place for sympathy. It's still a form of kindness. It's still acknowledging someone's struggle. So it's not about sympathy being bad and empathy being good. They're just different tools for different situations. Sympathy is a social convention that acknowledges hardship. It's the polite nod across the room. Empathy is the intimate conversation in the corner.
Okay, I get that. But in our personal lives, with the people we're closest to, our friends, our family.
Oh, 100%. In those relationships, empathy is the goal. That's what builds trust and deepens your connection. When someone feels truly seen and understood by you, that's a powerful thing.
It really is. It's the difference between someone trying to fix your problem and someone just sitting with you in your problem.
Yes, that's another huge part of it. Sympathy often tries to put a silver lining on things, you know? Well, at least you have your health. Or look on the bright side.
Ugh, I hate that.
Me too, because it's a way of trying to make the bad feeling go away for them and for you. Empathy, on the other hand, is brave enough to just sit in the bad feeling without trying to fix it. It says, this feels awful, and it's okay that it feels awful.
It validates the feeling instead of trying to dismiss it.
Exactly. So let's make this super practical for everyone listening who is trying to improve their English. How can you tell the difference in everyday phrases?
Great idea, because a lot of the time the words you choose really signal whether you're being sympathetic or empathetic.
Okay, so let's do a quick fire round. I'll say a situation, you give me a sympathetic phrase, and I'll give an empathetic one.
I love it. Let's do it.
Okay, situation 1. Your coworker didn't get the promotion they wanted.
Ugh, that's a shame. Better luck next time.
Ooh, a big cold. Okay, empathetic phrase. That sounds so disappointing. I know how much you wanted that and how hard you work for it.
Much better. Okay, my turn. Situation, your friend's dog just passed away.
Sympathetic, I'm sorry for your loss.
Empathetic, I can't imagine how heartbroken you must be. Losing a pet is just devastating. I'm thinking of you.
Yeah, you see the difference. The empathetic phrases name the emotion. Disappointing, heartbroken. They show you're trying to understand the feeling. Okay, one more. Situation, a friend is overwhelmed and stressed out because they have too much work to do.
Exactly, and they don't offer cheap solutions. Notice we didn't say, you can get another dog.
Oh, definitely not. So for our listeners, a good tip is to start your sentences with things like, that sounds like, or I can imagine you must feel, or it makes sense that you're feeling.
Yeah, those are great sentence starters. They open the door to connection. And the most important part of empathy is just listening. You don't even have to say much. Just being present and letting someone talk is incredibly empathetic.
Absolutely. It's not about having the perfect words. It's about having a willing heart. Wow, this has been a really deep conversation.
It has, but so important. So let's do a super quick recap.
Go for it.
Sympathy, feeling for someone. It acknowledges their pain from a distance. Think, I'm sorry that happened to you.
And empathy, feeling with someone. It tries to understand their feelings and connects with their emotion. Think, I can imagine how painful that must be.
One is about separation, the other is about connection.
Perfect summary. And while both have their place in our day-to-day lives, a little more empathy can go a long, long way.
Absolutely. So, a challenge for our listeners this week. Try to notice when you hear sympathy and when you hear empathy in movies, in conversations, in your own life. Just notice.
That's a great challenge. Well, that is all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in.
We hope this helps you not only with your English, but with your connections too. Join us next time on
English Podcast to Learn English.